Hey guys, it's T&M Studios. Today I'm going to be hopefully fixing a problem I had with my MacBook Pro. I basically took it apart recently, and because the GPU kernel panic, this is the mid-2010 15-inch MacBook Pro. So it had the GPU kernel panic where you're supposed to replace one of the capacitors because Apple used the wrong one, and I was taking it apart just to see if I could do it, and I put it back together. When I turned it on, basically, by the way, I also replaced the thermal paste on the CPU and the GPU. When I turned on the computer, everything was fine except for the screen. It had all these weird, like, flickering spots on the screen, and I'm pretty sure it's not the cable. I already looked at the cable. It looks good, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to try to take off the thermal paste and reapply it. So let's get into it. Time to start the repair. So I got these great screwdrivers. First ones we're going to use are the Phillips head 000s to remove all the outside screws. And I also have this little thing when I collect the screws in, so I'm just going to set that aside there. Let's do this. So I'm going to unscrew these edge pieces, the edge screws. These three ones on this side are going to be long ones. You just want to make sure that you organize your screws in a way that you're going to be able to put it back together when you're done. I'm a little scared about this. Let me grab a few more tools I know I'm going to need real quick. Let's see. Just keep unscrewing. I'm probably going to speed this up anyway, but just in case, I'll just be talking. So yeah, I bought this on eBay for about $50 plus $20 shipping. So a little expensive, so 70 bucks. I wasn't really expecting much out of it. It was fine, but it would randomly restart, and I was really frustrated by that. I tried everything, and then I looked it up, and a lot of people are having this kernel panic problem. So in a couple weeks, I'm gonna go back to my friend's, and he has the right capacitor, so we're gonna hopefully fix the screen. But right now, I'm just trying to fix the weird problem with the screen thing. So I'm gonna try a few things. I'm gonna obviously try to fix the ribbon cable. I'm just gonna unplug it and replug it in and see if everything looks good. And then if that doesn't work, we're gonna have to go deeper. So I'm removed all the screws. I'm gonna take off this panel here and set that aside. I don't want to get it scratched up. It's already ugly as it is. So here we are on the inside. So the first thing I'm gonna do is remove the fans. So you're gonna want to get rid of your Phillips head thing. You're gonna grab a T6. I guess this is Pintope. I'm not really sure. Oh, by the way, the ones you're gonna need are Phillips head screws, screw heads. This T6 one. All these. I'll show you if you can see that. And then you're also gonna need the Y-shaped one. I'm not really sure what that's called. I'm kind of new to this, honestly. So basically, first thing we're gonna do is carefully pry up these little connectors that hold in the fans. Once we got those out, we can start unscrewing. So, just gonna be careful with this because I don't want to break anything in the process. That would be sad. Just gonna keep removing all these different components. Okay. There we go. That's one fan out. I'm just gonna take this out, set it to the side. Also, if this is the first time you're taking apart your computer, you should consider kind of cleaning out some dust and blowing these fans out. I've already done that recently, well, to the best of my ability without compressed air. But yeah, so I've already blown them out. They should be good. I haven't really had any overheating problems yet. Oh no, and I'm already mixing up my screws. Okay, there we go. So I'm just gonna. I bet y'all probably can't see very well, and I'm really sorry about that. I'm just not that good at this yet. I'm gonna move my light real quick so you can hopefully see better. That should be all the screws for that. Just gonna take out the fan, set it to the side. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the RAM, which is really easy. You just pull apart these two tabs here. Pops up. You can take that out carefully without breaking it. For the bottom one, you're gonna go a little bit deeper and pull it out as well. Really easy. So next thing we're going to do is I'm going to remove these little panels here. This is the same T6 screw. Actually, no, it's not. It's a Phillips head. Probably the smallest one you have because they're pretty tiny. So I'm just going to... And these hold down some ribbon cables that we're going to pull out later. So I'm just going to go ahead and take it out. These are really tiny screws. I'm going to set those in there. And take this off carefully. Alright. now we're gonna get to the battery. So I'm gonna put back my Phillips head, and this for the battery you're gonna need these Y. I think I'm gonna use the 2, the Y. I don't really know what these are called. I'm just gonna call them the Y. This is the Y2, I guess. And these are these big chunky screws. One's kind of hidden under this tab thing, so I'm just gonna remove that. And I'm gonna put these battery screws with the fan screws because they're so different I can be able to tell them apart later. So we got one over here. Oops. On the edge here. And then one more right here. And then, just take that out. You can just pull on this tab thing. It doesn't come out all the way. You're going to have to be really gentle with this. But then there's this little connector thing. I can just use my fingernail to kind of pull it out slowly on each corner. And then we got the battery out. So I'm also going to set that aside. Man, for some reason doing this gives me cramps. Alright, next thing we're going to do is we are going to start removing all the ribbon cables. So we're going to have a lot of really small ones that are going to be hard to get to, and some rather big ones. So we're going to start with the, I'm going to start over here. I'm not sure what all these cables do. I just know you want to be careful with them. So this is a pop-up one, so you can just kind of go over here and just kind of comes up. Got another one like this. We got another one. This one's a little tricky. It just kind of pops up. All these are really basic. This one pops up. This one pops up. I'm just go around and make sure I pulled everything out. Then we got a couple tricky ones. So you want to be really gentle with this one. This one's a little tricky. So basically on the end right here has a little tab that you're going to want to flip upward. So really gentle with that. And then with some tweezers, carefully pull it out. That one I always forget to put back in. So it's also really important. Then right here, I don't know if you can see that, we got another little thing. So I like to put my tweezers, put them in the edge, and just kind of slowly, kind of gently pull it. I'm actually going to use my fingernails for this. Just kind of gently, watch as I say gently, and then rip the cable off. Some of these are a little difficult. Almost there, and there we go. So, and then we got this real weird one, which is the same kind of one as the small one. It's got this tab on the front. You just wanna pull that up. And then you can pull the tab out with this little pull tab here, or with some tweezers. I'm actually gonna save myself some trouble and unscrew, pardon me, this little bracket right here. I'm just going to unscrew this just because it will make it easier to take apart and put back together. This one's pretty easy. It's just a couple Phillips head screws. So I'm going to put that with the other bracket I took out earlier. And then we can just kind of pull that out. Alright, so next is the screen connectors. This one's a little tricky. So what we're going to do here is, it's got this little pull tab, so you're going to want to pull this up and back. And then, another tab here. Pull, I don't know if I can get a hold of it. Just gonna slowly pull this outward. It kind of comes up and out. So this is a really, really weird one. This is the one I'm hoping is the problem. So I'm just gonna kind of look and see if I can see any dust. I don't really see anything. So okay, looks like it might probably be the thermal paste. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to remove the board. So for this, you're gonna want to go back to your T6 screw driver head. And this is where it's going to be a little weird. So this is, I think, 6 or 7 of these screws. So I'm just going to go around the board. There's one right here. And probably I'm going to miss one or two. And then have to go back. So 1, and then I'm guessing it's this one. So just look for a T6 one that looks like it's stuck into the metal casing really, really nice. We got one over here. And there is one kind of over here where the charger is. You don't need to remove that. That one just holds the charger, and the charger isn't connected to the motherboard. So we're gonna take that out real quick. We got one right here next to the fan screws. I'm gonna pull that one out. So we're up to 4 now. Oh, okay. We got one over here. 5. And then the last one right here. It's probably going to be really dark because I'm covering up the light by accident. to my knowledge, that should be all of them. I'm just going to look carefully around the edges and make sure I didn't miss anyone. Oh, looks like we got one right here. So I'm guessing 7. And that should be the last of them. So now, gently, just kind of lift up. Make sure you don't ruin any of these cables. Kind of up and... Oh no, did I miss something? Oh, kind of up and out. I feel like I missed a cable because it's being a little tricky. I think I missed something. I'm gonna be a little more careful here. I know there's some cables underneath. I'm gonna see if you're supposed to unplug them before you lift this out. So I'm actually gonna turn this around just so I can kind of see better in there. Let me see here. Just kind of lifts. Oh, never mind. We're good. All right. So you want to pull this out. There are going to be a couple cables, so don't yank it out. We got one over on this corner right here underneath the screen cable. Just pull that out this way, so this direction. So kind of sounds a little tough. Huh? I'm really confused here. Okay. Don't really know what happened. I thought there was another screw there. Sorry, I was just thinking really hard, so I'm gonna put that back in. I'm just gonna set this. Oh yeah, we can take out. I'm gonna set this to the side, and we can carefully move this. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Thought there was another ribbon cable. Okay, well now we're gonna get on to the weird part. Let me just check this real quick. I really hope we didn't rip anything. I remember last time I did this, I had a really hard time with this cable. Let me check this out real quick. I'm gonna remove the speaker here. I really hope I didn't tear anything. I think I might have. This is really bad. Well, it could be. Let's just remove these with the Phillips head. Huh? It was that simple? The entire time. Oh my word. I'm an idiot. Okay, well, at least I'm glad I'm an idiot. Oh, wait. No, I did ruin something. Well, I didn't ruin it. I think this is supposed to be stuck to the board. But when I pulled it off. Be more careful with that. I should have been more gentle. Alright, I'm going to set these screws in. Yeah, I can put them in here. Should you remember that? Okay, so this is the speakers thing. Alright, so next we're going to go back to our T6 screws. Now these screws are really weird. You're going to want to set them completely aside from the other ones. This is where we're getting into the part where I hope this is the problem. Let me also... Oh, by the way, just so you know, so when I do repair this computer, the component I'm going to be replacing, it's super small. I'm not sure if you can see this. That little thing right there. Let me kind of show the camera a little bit better. Let me see if I can... Is the flashlight on for this? Let's see if I can... Okay, actually I'm just gonna leave that down there. I'm gonna... Oh, wow, that's bright. I'm gonna zoom in for a second. It's right there. That little capacitor right there is the problem. Okay, I'm gonna review my footage because I think this might be a bit. Okay, never mind. I guess it was fine. I'm gonna get back to work. All right. So we're gonna be removing the heatsink now, so we can get to the thermal paste. So that's this thing right here. This is gonna require a lot of. This is a little weird. These screws are kind of interesting. So you're gonna need your T6 again. I'm just gonna take. So they should be pretty obvious which ones are it. I want to show you something weird. These kind of have these little springs on them. No idea why. Maybe just to be careful. So they have these springs on them. I'm going to set those aside. This should be 6 or 7. They make a really weird noise when you unscrew them too. It's kind of funny. At least mine do. I don't know. This might be bad. Also, this is my first time ever using thermal paste, so I'm kind of scared I really messed it up. So I'm my fingers crossed. This could be really bad. I hope it's fixable at least. And if any pro ever sees this video, please tell me what I did wrong. I have no idea what I'm doing. I didn't look any videos up. I'm just gonna hope I didn't ruin anything for good. I just realized something. The computer was on when I took everything apart. I'm just kidding. Uh-oh. Okay, so now I'm just gonna want to gently lift this thing up. I don't know how bad of a job you would consider this. In my opinion, it looks disgusting. I'm just gonna kind of clean this thermal paste up. I'm thinking I might have put thermal paste on one kind of on like one of the connectors or something. So I'm just gonna clean this stuff up. Careful, this stuff is really staining. Like, this stuff really stains. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm gonna clean up those edges there a little bit. Alright, now we're going to try this again. So I got some thermal paste from a friend because I don't have any because I'm a weirdo. So I'm going to put a lot less on this time. It's going to do a little daub there. Dude, it just keeps coming. Alright. And then a little bit right there. A little bit right there. I feel, that might not be enough. Well, it should spread. Kind of weird. It like doesn't stop. It just keeps going out. Alright. Hopefully that worked. So we're just gonna slide that back on. Grab our screws. I'm gonna do ones that are kind of secure it while I'm putting in the other ones. It's really weird. It like moves around a little bit because of the thermal paste. So I'm gonna do that corner right there. This corner right here. Oh no. Yeah, that one right there. I'm gonna do this bottom one down here. Sorry if you heard that, that's my phone. I made it so that every single one, once it charges to 100%, it says, "I'm done charging, master." I don't know, I thought it was funny. Just so you know, if y'all ever like me to do a video of all the different phones I've accumulated over the years, well, yeah, tell me, because I got a lot of Apple tech, not a lot, but a decent amount, considering that everything I bought was probably under like $200, because I got a lot of it for free from very generous family. Yeah, so I'm going to make sure, yeah, that should be able to screw. So, I really hope that fixed it. So now what we're going to want to do, last thing is we're going to, I want to put the speaker back on, so I'm going to put away my T6 screw, I think. Yeah, my T6 screw put away, and grab the Phillips, not the big one, the small Phillips head. I'm going to clean my finger off a little bit more. This stuff is nasty. I have all these little the gray spots on my desk because of thermal paste spills. Man, this is dusty. Man, one day I really need to deep clean this computer. Alright, let me grab my screws from the, for the speaker. I put them in with the ones from the fan and the, battery, because I knew these have different connections, so I would be able to tell them apart. So let me put that in there. I love the screwdriver I got for Christmas. Alright, so now I'm going to put this thing right here. Okay, actually, before I do that, I'm not going to make the mistake I did last time, so I'm going to plug that one in. You wouldn't believe how long it took me to put that in last time I put my computer back together. It's complete newbie. I feel like I've gotten a little comfortable, but also that could be a bad thing, because that might mean I rush it or don't be as careful as I should be, and I might break something. So I still want to be careful as possible. I'm just reminding you, be really careful when you do this. I thought I had forgotten to put the thermal paste back on for a second. I was like, oh no. Phew. If anyone in the comments can tell me what the point of thermal paste is, I'd love to know. I don't really get why you use it. because like the two metal parts touch. Like, what do you really need thermal paste for? But dunno. Someone please tell me in the comments if you know. So I'm gonna set that aside. All right, now for the fun part, putting everything back together. All right, I'm gonna grab my laptop down here. Man, when you take the batteries out of these things, these lose so much weight. The batteries have got to be the heaviest part of these entire things. Alright, I'm going to make sure I don't cover anything up. I'm going to orientate this. Yeah, here we go. Alright, so now, we're going to put everything back together. Hopefully. If I can succeed. Let me check my camera real quick just to make sure. I don't want to lose any footage. Looking good. Alright. Sorry about that. So, now we're going to put everything back together. So, first thing I want to do is be really gentle with everything. That's just the #1 rule. You want to make sure you don't cover up any of these ribbon cables. So, actually, the first thing you want to do, sorry, a lot of the first things you're going to want to do, is actually plug in the charger port. This is very important, and if you forget this, you'll never be able to charge your MacBook without taking it apart. So, I'm going to put that back on, if I can. There we go. Now, I'm going to just be careful to make sure not to cover up any ribbon cables, because I don't want to damage anything. So just kind of all these ribbon cables on the sides, just kind of pull them out before you let the computer down. There we go. Just want to. These tweezers are really good for this. So if you start covering one up, you can just kind of reach in there and kind of pull out the ribbon cable. I know we got. Oh, they have. Oh, that's a fan, dude. Oh, man. Alright, okay. We got that. We got that. There's this little one. Sorry, this is really hectic. You just want to be really careful with all this stuff. This is fragile materials. Alright, that should be. Let me just make sure that's slid in. Oh, I missed one. Let me pull that out real quick. Alright, so this should be our board. So now we just gotta put back the screws. So we're gonna grab our T6. Man, there's a lot of switching screws. If anyone's like me, like after doing this, like my shoulders really hurt after like all this screwing and unscrewing. It's just really hard. I don't know why. Alright, so we're gonna put everything back on. Make sure to screw the board in before you plug in the cables, because it's smart, and a lot of the cables cover up screws that you're gonna want to get. So I'm going to start over here. I'm going to screw in that one. I'm going to kind of do the corners first and then move in for the ones that just kind of... Okay, I'm feeling a little bit of resistance here. I'm feeling like I covered up one of the key, but I haven't. Okay, Houston, we have a problem. You know, I feel a little bit of resistance. I'm going to unscrew that and kind of see if I can figure out what the problem is. Something feels a little bit resistant. I don't see anything under there. Oh, sorry about this, guys. I'm very much a noob when it comes to fixing computers. I've wanted to do this. Okay, there we go. That was good. Alright. Sorry about that. Okay. Let me just make sure I got all the key. Oh, I missed that one. Okay. So now I'm going to screw everything back in. Alright. Okay, we got one screw. So we got one... 2, 3, 4. You'll notice that putting the computer back together is really satisfying, honestly. You don't want to put any of these screws in the fan screw slot, just letting you all know I've done that a couple times by accident. I think that was 6, that was 5, 7. Alright. Okay, that's actually 6, sorry. Despite what you might think, this is actually the one that you put the screw head into. Weirdly enough. I mean, oddly enough. Set up my light. Okay. Pardon me. Alright, now we're going to put all the cables back in. So, we're going to start over here. We're going to plug this one in. It just pops down. It's really satisfying. Same with this one. Just kind of be a little careful. Make sure you line it up correctly. Plug that in. Get this one. Pop. This one. Oh, I found the cable I missed. Oh, no. I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can gently... Nope. Alright, we're gonna have to undo everything. Yay. I knew I was missing one. Well, I didn't know. I was just... thought I felt resistance. I'm gonna see if I can get it from just this. Please, please. There we go. Alright, great. Please be everything. Alright. No, 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 no. Yes. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Told you I was new. Alright, we're almost done. Just gotta screw this back in. I wish I knew what all these things did so I could sound more smart when I tell you what to do, but I really don't. Alright, so now I'm just going to put everything back in. I'm going to get the small ones first. They're a little weird, so this one, I'm going to just slide. Just kind of slide right in. It should be a nice little clip. This one we're going to lift up the tab and slide it in. This one's also a slide tab, so we're gonna nicely. I'll be careful with these ribbon cables. I'm gonna slide that in. I'll make sure it's looking even on both sides. I'm gonna clamp that down now. Hope that worked. I'm gonna just clip down these different small ones. You want to be careful. You don't want to bend any pegs. Most of these just clamp down. That one's satisfying. Oh man. Alright, so now we should have everything. Alright, so I'm just going to do the display one. So this one you're going to be careful. Just kind of align it up. And it should just kind of slide in. You can kind of pull this tab forward to help get it. And when you're done, just kind of clamp that thing down. Hope that was good. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to put in these little brackets to hold these things down. Alright, so I'm going to grab these screws that I had earlier. Now these are going to be Phillips heads, so I'm going to do Phillips head. Just a lot of switching around. So this kind of holds in this little, this tab that kind of gums up. So I'm just going to get that on the screwdriver, hopefully. There we go. And hold it down while I screw this in. I almost forgot this last time I did this, so I'm just going to be more careful this time. And I really hope my thermal paste job was good. Someone please tell me if it's horrible. There we go. Then there's this other one that I'm not really sure. Oh yeah, this one just makes it easier to pull out the cables. Kind of also holds it in. You're going to want to point it upwards like that. These screws are a little bit bigger so they're easier to see. I'm just saying, I love how this computer is really easy to take apart. I think really anyone who has the right tools and has the right hands and is just really knows how fragile these things are could do this. Like, I wasn't really a parts kind of guy, I was more software, apps kind of guy. But I really, really like taking apart computers. I really like to understand really how these work. It's really amazing. I don't even understand. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how far computers have come in the past 30 years. Alright, now we're going to do the fans. So this is all of you guys, my biggest fans, other than my mom. Put this in. Just kidding, I don't even have any. I have like 7 subscribers on YouTube. Not very surprising, I don't make that good content. But, alright, so for these, it's going to be the T6 screw. Just going to put this in. And while I'm talking, I'm going to do a plug for my Scratch account. If any of y'all know what Scratch is, it's a free programming language for kids. It's designed for kids 8 to 14, I'm pretty sure. But I know a lot of people on Scratch that are way older than that, or way younger than that. So, yeah, it's just really fun. It's a great coding community. It's really easy to learn. I really wanted to learn coding. One time when I got my Raspberry Pi, the Pi 3A, there was this app that I had seen a lot of people using in tutorials. Well, like, it was on their desktop, and it was called Scratch. I never knew what that was. So one night I just opened it and realized it's really cool. It was just a coding thing. So I got a book at the library and just have gotten really into it since. And I joined the community like in 2021 around Thanksgiving. So yeah, I've been on for over a year now. I've got almost 400 followers there, which is half decent. I think I do way better stuff on Scratch than I do on YouTube. So if you have a Scratch account or don't mind making one, you could go over there and follow me. Yeah, or comment, like, love, and favorite my projects. Really appreciate that. You could also like tell me you're from YouTube, and I'd be like, that's cool. So yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna. Oh, that one feels a little tight. I'm gonna make sure I got that line correctly. So yeah, that should be good. All right, now we're almost done. We're really almost done, actually. I'm going to grab my Y2 over here, and we're gonna put the battery back in. So where's the battery? Oh, here it is. I got a lot of crazy stuff on my desk. Alright. I'm going to you kind of slide it in this way. And then, well, actually, don't do that. Just kind of have it at an angle. Kind of bring this thing down. It's a little tricky at first, but you kind of get used to this thing after you've been doing weird connections all day. Just kind of plug it in there really good with your thumb. I dropped something, I'll grab that. And there it goes. Really simple. So you can grab your head over here. Oh, thankfully, you need your head. You can put this in right there. Nice and tight, because you don't want your battery falling out. Not that it could, because you have a case on it, but whatever. Oh. I really hope this works. I'm a little nervous. Just screw that in. Man, I really recommend this tool set. I don't know what it is, because I got it for Christmas, but it's really good. It has, like, everything I could ever need. The randomest screws. Alright, I know I'm forgetting something. Oh yes, the RAM. Alright, so, I'm going to, this is probably one of my favorite parts of putting a computer back together, is the RAM. Just gotta slide that in there, nice and tight, and push down. Oh man, I love the satisfyingness of this. It's so much fun. It's not really easy to show, but just do it, it's fun. Turn off your computer, and take out the RAM. If it's a laptop, I'm just gonna take out the RAM. It's just so fun to play with. I would be careful because you don't want to break anything, but it's satisfying, man. Alright, so now let me make sure I didn't forget anything. Let me just make sure I got everything plugged in over here. Looking snazzy. I think we're good. Alright, so now we're gonna put the back plate back on. Yay! Kinda this sucks. I'm gonna move my light back up. because now we don't really need it that much. Alright. Just gonna kind of nice. I'm gonna get the screws, so we're gonna do these 3 big ones back here, back right here. Man, Apple products from this long ago were really fun and easy to take apart. The first thing I actually ever really took apart, like with my tool set that like I actually did kind of professionally, was I had an iPhone. I got 2 iPhone 4s from my grandparents. One of them had a battery and one of them didn't. The one that had a battery was on iOS 7.1.2, which is really bummer. If y'all don't know why that is, I'm not going to tell you because it's probably giving a really long video here. So go watch it on YouTube about why iOS 7.1.2 on an iPhone 4 is horrible. But then, I didn't know this, but on old iPhones, even if they don't have a battery, you can like plug them in and they'll show the Apple logo and kind of just go in an infinite loop of the Apple logo and turning off. And I noticed something about the Apple logo. It was the old one from iOS 6 or iOS 5. Like it was the old Apple logo. I was like, no way. Because I've always wanted an iOS 6 device. So basically what I did is I used this kit to take apart both the iPhone 4s. It's really simple because all you have to do is take the back plate off. I removed the battery from the iOS 7 one and put it in the iOS 6 one. And yeah, it worked. It was great. The iOS 6 is so fun. You don't have to worry about iCloud lock or anything. You don't even need the password to sign out of iCloud. It's super funny. I'm glad I didn't have a passcode. Yeah, I'm glad my grandparents were actually there and they could remember the passwords to all the phones. So in total, I got like an iPhone 6, 64 gigabyte. I got an iPhone 5, 32 gigabyte, which I'm using to record this right now. Then I got the 2 iPhone. Actually, I got 3 iPhone 4s. One of them was just totally destroyed. All right, so here we go. We got this. I'm gonna put everything away real quick. Let me just. All right, and yeah, so I'm gonna show you the iPhone 6 in just a sec. I mean the iPhone 4 on iOS 6 in just a second. Let me put away my tools here. Don't want to leave anything out. And there we go. I'm gonna just flip this over. Alright, so I'm gonna show you the iPhone 4 here. So we got the iPhone 4 running iOS 6. I'm trying to focus better on this. It's really nice. I just love the animations and stuff it has. It's really weird if you like double click. There's no control center, but this is kind of how you get it. I don't know. I just don't want to have this be about this, but it's just really cool. I'm glad I got that. Alright, so now I'm going to take the out of here. This is a really long video. Definitely going to do some editing and speeding up. So, I'm going to test out the MacBook here for a second. Let me set the camera down for a second. Alright, here we go. 2015 MacBook Pro. Power on test. It's probably going to have the same problem. Light went on. A little scared. Doesn't seem to be flickering the way it was before. Like you could, on the screen right here, you could see a little bit of flickering. But it doesn't seem to be doing that. I'm a little scared. Hey, I fixed it! Let's go! Oh, I don't want to say my password out loud. One second, I'm going to set this to the side. Do a lovely view of my closet. For a second. Got a nice long password here. Alright, and this should be it. Let's go! I fixed it! Alright, great. So, yep. I don't want it to crash because I'm using the bed GPU. But yeah, so we're gonna, my friend and I are later going to fix the graphics card in this. Take out the capacitor and replace it. So, yeah, I might do a separate video, follow-up video. Tell me if you want me to do a video about my iPhone collection. That would be great. Yeah, I'm just gonna go edit this and upload it. See y'all.